Hello and welcome to part 147 of Let's Play Dangan Ronpa. When we left off, we got into the headmaster's office, and then I couldn't get back out again to spend all my mono Kuma coins on, well, to get the last of 100 present things, because I'm a bit of a completionist. As anyone who watched I was about to say, as anyone who watched me play Assassin's Creed would know, but nobody watched me play Assassin's Creed except for my brother. And that was only because he sat behind me going, I want to turn, I want to turn, I want to turn, I want to turn. Fucking twat. Anyway, I would love it if my brother just watched this episode. Just this episode, and that would be amazing. Oh crap, I clicked off Dangan Ronpa, my bad. So, we have dots. Kirigiri appears to be deep in thought. Maybe brooding is more accurate. Regardless, she's kind of hard to approach right now. Okay then. So what do we got? We got a shit ton of shit here. So I'm gonna click this thing over here and hope that works okay. There's a crack on something here in the wall. A mistake in the design, or a screw up in the construction? It's not just a crack, there's air flowing in from the other side. Air? There's almost certainly an open space on the other side of that wall. An open space? Like a hidden room? I have no idea how to open the door. Did you figure out how to... Hold on. Didn't she just say, I have no idea? Oh, I have an idea. Did you figure out how to open the door? Is there some kind of mechanism or something? It's a very simple mechanism. Actually, I would hesitate to even call it that. There's a program on the computer over there that looks like it does it. The door should open if you give it the correct password. In. However, I haven't the faintest what it could be. Alright, so I'm quite near the end of the game now. It's obviously the final chapter. We're in the investigation stage. I hesitate to say near the end of the investigation stage, because this is the last room it's told me to go to. So unless I fucking miss something, we're good after this. But basically, at the beginning of the series, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the anime. But then I went on a 2-week holiday in summer, and that kind of just put me way behind. I mean, that's like, how long is that? Because at that time I was doing 4 20-minute episodes a day, so it's double what I'm doing now, because I'm doing 1 20-minute episode, so that would have been like an extra fucking 14 times 40 minutes for an hour. Fuck it, for every 2 hours, sorry. So like 9.5 hours. So I'd have finished it by now if I hadn't gone on holiday, which I'm... But anyway, the anime has now been translated into English, and I watched it yesterday, final episode, and I've got to say, if you haven't watched it yet, don't. I mean, seriously, I don't care whether you watch me play the ending of this game, someone else play the ending of this game, or if you read Orange translation, or fucking what, just do not watch the anime, because compared to the game, it is fucking shit. Anyway, now that I've got that off of my chest, all of the things that are explained in the trial here, not explained in the anime at all. It's like, yeah, this happened, and it's like, oh. Because in the game it spends like 10 minutes explaining this, and you just said it happened. That's interesting. And plus in the game, it's like, you've got to figure out all the secrets. You've got to do it. And you got like ages of figuring out all of the secrets. Whereas in the anime, Junko's just telling them it. And it's like, it's not even a class trial, it's like story time in school for the little 5-year-olds. It's ridiculous. Anyway, continuing on from here. Man, I managed to bitch about the fucking anime to the point where this screwed up. If you haven't realized by now, basically it screws up a certain amount of frames, a random amount of frames. So basically, if you just go on to the start menu and like do that for a while, it fixes it. All I know is that you can only input letters and numbers. Beyond that, I'm stuck. Not a lot to go off of, huh? I dug through some of his personal files on the computer and tried a number of things, but no such luck. I've just learned far more about that man than I ever wanted to know. A complete waste of time. Oh, so she found all of the porn on his computer. And my camera's nearly out of battery, which isn't good. I don't know whether the rest of the batteries are charged or not. I'll put them on charge now and probably split this episode up into 2 parts in like 5 minutes or so. Anyway, a complete waste of time. She found all of the porn in his computer. I wonder, in Japan, is it Japan that does the tentacle porn? Are they like allowed to look at other porn, or is it just like they're only allowed the tentacle porn, or is it like only they can't make regular porn, or what? I don't see how tentacles are like the next thing from penis. The Japanese. Friendship service. Oh my god, I'm gonna get accused of being racist by absolutely no one in the comments. There's a computer on desk. It looks like it's powered on. It seems that man did a lot of research in super duper high score to spare. Data collected is still on his computer. So there's information here? It's not very impressive information, simply what I told you before. But super duper high score to spare is not a person but a group. That calls mankind's most despairingly maleficent and monstrous malefaction last year, and that they're despicable, depraved, and act purely for despair's sake. That's it, like I said, not terribly impressive. But I guess that's all I can reasonably expect of the Kirigiri family dropout. But hey, it's information about the Puppet Master. Even just this much is a big help. I, for one, am thankful to him for leaving it here for us. I see. Well then, I'm glad for that. Loaded. I said I'm not going to read that anymore. Hidden room, huh? Makes perfect sense, but something like that would nag at her. Can't think of a place more likely to have clues than a hidden room in the headmaster's room. In her case, that might not be the only reason. But if we want to see what's in that room, we've got to figure out what the password is first. And if she couldn't do it, there's no way No, wait, maybe. Just maybe I could. The headmaster's password. It's something she wouldn't try, or something she doesn't want to try. Like, your name. What? Ah, I'm talking about the password. I thought that maybe, as I thought, she hasn't tried it. That's not surprising. Going by her personality and the way she spoke about her father, there's no way she'd try her own name for his password. Hey, just to cover all our bases, is it alright if I try that? You don't need my permission. If there's something you want to try, help yourself. I'm not stopping you. Alright. I may have said that I would try Kirigiri's name, but if it turns out I'm wrong, that could end up hurting her. You don't need to worry about me, Nagi. I already know you're wrong. Right. Then, here goes nothing. Pulled myself back together and then turned toward the monitor. Monitor. I'll just put the password in here. Kyuko Kirigiri. My hand shook slightly as I pressed the keys, and when I hit the final button, seems to be an awfully long rumble. Hello? Alright, I'll be back in a sec. I'll just go swap the batteries. Alright, so I left that for like what, like 5 minutes? And it's still rumbling, so I'm assuming it's just going to carry on rumbling until I hit the next button. Ah! That seems very, English. I really should have checked this before I started recording again, shouldn't I? I apologize for this. So what have I said so far today? Huh? So I've told you about the anime being shit. Didn't I? What did I say at the very beginning of this episode? I can't check what I said because it's still in camera. Oh, okay, right, it opened. It opened, Kirigiri, it opened. Why? Kirigiri? With a stern look on her face, she disappeared into the hidden room, not a glance in my direction. Kirigiri. Hey, Kirigiri? She didn't so much as glance in my direction. Her eyes were fixed on a single object. The gift box. It was bright and cheerful, and for that reason, that much more unusual. I don't really want to click on it. That aside, this gift box looks really out of place. Oh, fine. Click on it. This carefully wrapped gift box is eerily out of place in this otherwise spartan room. The more I look at it, the more off it feels. Is it safe to open? I've kind of got a bad feeling about it. But it's not like I can just not open it. There it goes. Don't let your guard down, Nike. So it really is dangerous? I don't think you're in any danger, per se. I just think you'll be a bit surprised. Huh? My suspicions are correct. The contents of that box are at the very least not something you'd derive pleasure from looking at. Wait, what are you hinting at? Try not to scream. So it's something that might make me scream. How reassuring. Anyway, here goes. I marched over to the table the box was sitting on, whispered to myself, "You've got this," and placed my hand on the lid. Very, very slowly, cautiously, I lifted it up. The room's light began to spill into the box, and I took a peek inside. You failed! Completely ignoring Kirigiri's warning, I let out a shrill cry. Holy crap! Bones! Inside the box. Oh, human bones. It hadn't even crossed my mind that this might be what was hidden beneath the cheerful wrapping. Of course it hadn't. Who could have predicted? Just as I thought. What? I would have never guessed that a box decorated so cheerfully would contain human bones. I was supposed to talk to you. What do you want? Just as you thought. How could you have even guessed? I mean, there was a human skeleton in there. I don't exactly suspect there would be a skeleton inside. Just a dead body. It's all the same, there is a dead body. My father. Huh? What about him? The contents of that box. That skeleton. Oh, for the love of God. The batteries I replaced it with are, low. That skeleton, that corpse, belongs to my father. That is his final resting place. No way. That is Kirigiri's dad? The very same dad she came here looking for? Hold on a second, how do you know? How do you know that that's your dad? Taking into consideration all the information we've gathered up to this point, it couldn't be anyone else. In short, there's a high probability that the headmaster is the puppet master. Also, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It's likely he's inside the academy. Actually, while we're at it, I'll give you one more hint. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but there are a total of 16 participants, all of whom are students in this academic coliseum. Also, since the coliseum commenced operation, the only living humans who have set foot in the academy are those very same 16 students. It's highly likely the headmaster is inside the school. However, the only living humans to set foot in the academy are 16 students. Put two and two together, and it's highly likely my father is inside the academy dead. It adds up. Kugei maintained a calm and composure as she made her analysis. No, that wasn't exactly right. Rather, she was clearly feigning her calm and composure. She may have said just as I thought this, and I suspected that. But somewhere inside she was hoping she would be wrong. After all, she never once tried to look inside. From the beginning, she said she came to meet her dad so she could clear the books from the past. But Kirigiri I know wouldn't. I trampled on their pride. I sold myself out of the Kugami and Academy faculty so I would be selected for admission. And full well that my actions were unworthy of a Kirigiri family detective. Kirigiri I know wouldn't sacrifice her pride for something so superficial. I couldn't help but think that. This isn't really the time or the place for carefree banter. I should look around the room a bit first. Alright, so I have another 3 things to look at here. Hopefully they're all hooked up right. The headmaster's desk. It definitely seems like a place I could find valuable information. I'd like to get a closer look at this Kirigiri's dad's desk, and I'd feel kind of... How about you stop worrying about me and check it out if you really want to? You sure? Do I have any right to interfere with your investigation? Alright. I opened each drawer in order from top to bottom, checking the contents as I went. Every single one of them was filled with work-related papers and documents, except the very bottom drawer. Look at this. It's an Elytra ID and it says emergency use. Emergency use the Elytra ID inside the desk in a hidden room in the headmaster's bedroom. It's a universal restriction-free Elytra ID. In a sense, it's like another master key. Also, I suspect. That's about what I had in mind too. It could come in handy in your investigation. Why don't you hang on to it? But you have no use for it. If you don't want to dive him, and just leave it here. In that case, I'll take it. Should I really be doing this? Stress seems like the place I can find valuable information. I'd like to get a closer look, but a complete stranger like me digging through Kirigiri's dad's dresser. How about you stop worrying about me? If you want to check it out, go right ahead. Are you sure? Alright. I opened these drawers in order from top to bottom, checking the contents as I went. But every single one of them was filled with work-related papers and documents. He was really serious about his work, wasn't he? Only because he had nothing else left. After all, he ran away from home to get out of inheriting the family business. If he screwed up here, he really would have nothing left to fall back on. Afraid of ending up like that, he threw himself at his work. That's all there is to it. And finally... Hey, there's a picture here. I'm really worried my camera's going to turn off. It's pretty faded, so I'm guessing it's fairly old. I wonder, is this a picture of... Hey, Kirigiri! Crap, I clicked the wrong button. Why do you always have to make things so difficult? Come all this way to clear the books on our past, and yet... You're going to show me something like this, after all this time. What do you want from me? So I was right. That's a picture of Kirigiri as a child. The fact that she's always held on to it, that he's always held on to it, means the headmaster must never have stopped thinking about her. Why? Just why? Came all this way so I could put close to a past. So I could cut you out of my life for good, like you discarded me from yours. But you've gone and disappeared again, and you've stolen my only chance to forget. You really are a despicable father. Kirigiri. Hey Nagi, can I ask you something? I have a favor to ask you. A favor? It's not my place to ask this of you. I know I'm only hindering your progress, but may I ask you to leave? Huh? I'd like to be alone for a bit. Just a moment is fine. Kirigiri. No need to worry about me. I just want to collect myself. I just want some time to sort through my feelings. Hey, you know how before you told me about your relationship with your dad. You said you were connected by blood but not by heart. But he made his work his life, taking comfort in that picture, thinking I might one day come to see him. Is that what you think? Well, you're probably correct. It doesn't make things right. A single photograph doesn't change everything that happened leading up to this moment. This is not a problem with so simple a solution. Right, yeah, I'm sorry. Get back to the investigation as soon as I pulled myself together. So for just a little bit, let me be alone. Yeah, sure. Well, see you later. Alright, so we won't be leaving here now. I'll end this episode here. Should I really have just left her there? She's gotta be in shock right now. I mean, even I was caught up way off guard. I never expected to find the headmaster in that condition. Alright, come on. There's no doubt in my mind that the puppet master is responsible. Killed the headmaster Kirigiri's father. He killed him. Headmaster is dead. Kibigami Academy administrative office formed project twice later in her, and the headmaster of that organization, and the head of that organization is the headmaster. In short, there's a high probability that the headmaster is the puppet master. Additionally, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s, and it's likely he's inside the academy. But he was wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the puppet master, which means the puppet master's true identity. Actually, well, already I'll give you one more. Yeah. 15 of us gathered in the entrance hall, plus Bakura Kusama makes 16. Of those original 16 students, 6 students, me included, are still alive. Everyone else was murdered. Yep. My camera's gonna turn off in like 5 seconds, please hurry up. Even Bakura Kusama. Yep. She too was undoubtedly murdered. Summarize. Me, Tagami, Akure, Fuhua, Asahina, and Kirigiri. There are only 6 people still alive in the Kibigami Academy. And that means... No, that can't be right. I won't accept that. There has to be some other possibility. That just has to be. Alright, so I'm going to end this episode here. Next episode is on the top right, the previous is on the top left. So until next time, folks. See ya.